to turn on the recording. Yes, it's turned on. Okay. So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to welcome you on our next training within the Innovation as a Service for Danube Region project. This is our 7th topic. Today we will focus on market research. And we have a lot of speakers with interesting topics. So first of all, I would like to welcome and introduce Miss Angela Sigling. Dr. Sigling will talk about the intellectual property rights and how the patents can affect the market entry and how this IPR topic can secure us some kind of advantage and monopoly on the market. So, Ms. Sigling, the floor is yours.
Thank you. I will share my presentation. Can you see it?
We can see it, but it's in this not in the presenting mode. We can see also the notes and so on.
Oh shit, das ist nicht gut. Wie kriege ich das in den Präsentationsmodus?
Vielleicht, wenn du das andere Fenster teilst.
Welches andere Fenster? So, dass ich nur die Präsentation teile und nicht den Bildschirm. Das. Tu mal auf Fenster gehen und dann auf die Präsentation. Da. Super. Genau. Und jetzt hoch. Wo ist die Maus? Da ist die Maus. Ich hasse es. Ich bin immer noch da oben.
Nur F5 klickst.
Warte mal, da ist er. So, und jetzt runter auf den Präsentationsmodus. Is it better now?
Yes, it's perfect now.
Super. Thank you. Sorry for technical delays. It's always the same if you are online. Protecting innovation to protect your business. And if you are interested in who is active on the market, then you go to databases, IPR databases like patent databases or trademark databases, and then you see your competitors and the other companies who are active in the field. So I always suggest doing... There's someone having the loudspeaker on.
Now it's okay. It's okay.
Okay, super. And if you are interested in who is active on the market, then search in patent databases and then you get a good overview. This is something that I just wanted to give you in the first position. So it makes sense to go to be familiar with patent databases, to do market analysis. And innovation protection is the way to secure your investments. You need to protect your investments, otherwise others copy your good developments, and then you don't have the chance to get market exclusivity and premium prices. So in terms of intellectual property management, you first need to recognize what you want to secure. Second, you secure the right way of intellectual property rights. So you choose the best fitting right, which is shown on the right-hand side a little bit. And then you need to have the power to defend and enforce your property rights. And this is what companies are doing. It means innovation protection means investment protection. So you have to ensure that you gain premium prices for your novel developments. Here are some examples of cases that turned intangible assets into valuable business assets. There's a lot of money flowing around, as you can see from the little pictures that I just put together. And if one reads in the newspaper that Amazon and Huawei signed global patent agreement just in March this year, after they have fought against each other for several years in the past, then this tells you that it is necessary that you own intellectual property rights like patents to have something to offer, to be able to do cross-selling. And both of them, Amazon and Huawei, have a big patent portfolio, so they can trade. And that's the one of the reasons why you should pay attention to intellectual property rights if you start a business. So IP strategy ensures investment in innovation. What is the basis of this IP strategy is always a valuable business model. No one copies something that is not worth copying. Only if you have developed good things, you risk to be copied. And what you want to have with your IP strategy, what you want to generate is an exclusive competitive advantage in the market, so that you can get premium prices. Those are paid by your customers, and this is what you have to ensure. And it's a creative task to analyze why your customer pays the premium price for your product and not for the product of a competitor. And this is what you have to carefully analyze to have, let's say, the scope of protection defined. And then later on, then you can start to think of what intellectual property right or what protection should I use to protect this component of my business. We've had several discussions with small companies, and the developers of companies, they tend to protect, let's say, novel pieces of machines, but sometimes if the selling part of the company goes to the customer and talks to the customer, then they might love the display of the machine and not the little tiny piece that is novel. And then there's a big fight between employees of the company, because then you debate whether it's worth to protect the mechanical piece of the machine with a patent, or whether you should do a design protection for the display of the machine. And this is something that one has to work out. And it's a creative task to work with your customers to get behind the reasons why they pay premium prices for your products and services. So informal measures you can use. Informal measures are, for instance, the things that I have just put together to give you some idea. If you are always fast and you are always a step ahead compared to your competitors, then you don't need to have expensive property rights, because they only copy things that are then in the time when they try to copy you an old version, let's say. If you have exclusive supplier contracts, for instance, if you want to produce nice clothes, nice shirts, and you are the only one by contract who gets the good fabric for that material, for that products, so that the material is exclusive, and you have insured it with a contract. With a supplier, then you are the only one who can produce those products, and this saves your life. And a very important point is to keep trade secrets from the early beginning on. From the start of the development, you have to define what should be a trade secret, and this is described in the European Union Directive from 2016 came out, and all of the 3 points have to be fulfilled, are required. First, it should be something that is kept secret. Second, it should have a commercial value. that what you define as the trade secret. And third, and this is the most important one, trade secrets should be subject to reasonable steps that you undergo in your company. And therefore, you have to implement a system to keep trade secrets. And this is something that is, let's say, I divided in those 4 fields of being active. First is you have to do contractual measures. So in employment contracts and other contracts with your suppliers, there must be a part that tells others how to handle trade secrets of your own company. You have to document the trade secrets and monitor them and make others, your employees and other people, aware of them. And then you have to undergo technical measures, physical barriers, and IT infrastructure things that you have to implement. And this has to be managed by the management, and the management is responsible to set up a system in your company that is able to fulfill all the requirements that I have just picked it out in little colorful pictures now. And one can do a workshop alone on how to protect trade secrets. This is the informal part. And the formal part I want to show you in this example of the little Vespa that I just used as an example to explain you what IPR, intellectual property rights, are there to be registered or existing. If you think of this Vespa, first you have technical developments, novel things that you did with respect to engine or novel brakes or novel lighting system that is novel. It always has to be novel and inventive. And then it could be part of, or it could be a subject of a new patent or utility model. The prerequisite for those intellectual property rights, patent and utility model is they have to be technical. There should be technical inventions. Things that are not technical, that are only mental, are not being patented. They are excluded from patentability. The second IPR that you could apply for is design. Design protects aesthetic creations, which is in this case, for instance, hubcaps or treats or things like that. So everything that you can see with your eyes has, let's say, a specific aesthetic creation could be protected by design. Then you have the third one is trademarks. Those are associated aspects that are protected, like product names or company names. Vespa itself is a trademark. And this is what applies for almost all businesses in the market. So whenever you start a novel business, think of a novel trademark. Do research beforehand whether your trademark or the name that you want to do is protected by others. It's very often the case. Those 3 intellectual property rights have to be registered by patent offices. So you have to go to patent office, or your lawyer is going to the patent office and register the IPR right. The right that is not registered, it exists with the act itself, is copyright. This is active from the beginning of the creative work. So if you are a creator and you create something like software or videos or photographies, then you are the owner of the copyright. And this is also something that is important to know. The copyright exists, the time period where the copyright exists is as long as the creator lives, and 70 years after his death, the people who own then the work of him can access the copyright. Patents are usually active 20 years. After application, design is active maximum 25 years, and trademark is the only intellectual property right that could last forever if you pay every 10 years the fees that are necessary for this. So all of us know very old trademarks. Patent needs to be, or the technical invention needs to be new. It has to have inventive steps and an industrial commercial value to be subject of patenting, and it has to have technicality. And then the patentee is entitled to exclude others from doing businesses with the thing that he has invented. So patent is not the right to do something, it's the right to exclude others. It's a monopoly right, as all the other intellectual property rights. That's the point. Next, what I briefly want to mention is trademark. Trademarks are different ones. You get a bunch of, you have the most, let's say, common trademarks are word marks, like McDonald's or Red Bull, or so there the word or combination of words, like in the case of Nike, just do it, are protected. This is one of the strongest trademarks because no matter how you colorful design McDonald's name, as soon as McDonald's is written there, it's protected. And then you have figurative marks that could either be this emblem of Bayer, which is combined with words, or just a picture like from the gasoline station, Shell. So the Shell, which is a trademark registered, and those trademarks exist forever if you pay every 10 years the trademark fee. What is important for trademarks to know is it must be distinctive and it must not be descriptive. So you won't get Apple for Apple products as a trademark registered, but you get Apple for computers registered, for instance. And this is what it tells with the bottle. So distinctive means there must be something special that is distinctive versus the other products or against other products in the market. And this is only the right bottle which says Joe blocks and not everything else which is not distinctive enough. This is what the examiner, the trademark examiner, looks for. They don't analyze whether your trademark is novel. You get registered. If you go to the patent office and you want to register Red Bull as a word mark for whatever drinks, you get it registered because they don't check whether it's novel. But then Red Bull will write you nice letters, and you get probably sued for that and have to pay damage fees and so on. So I would be careful, and that's why it's good to search for trademark names and whatever figurative marks before you decide to register a trademark. That's your task. And document what you have founded and not founded. Design is something that is important as well for several industries, for instance, the automotive industry or the furniture industry. If it's a long-lasting product and has a specific design, then you will protect it. You want to protect it with a design. And design is the aesthetic design of products is protected and not the function. If it has functional components, will not be registered. This is something that has to be novel as well as patents. In contrary to the trademarks. Trademarks could be registered at any time, but design, you have to ensure that you didn't show up before in a market or in public because it has to be novel. And there are lots of designs, for instance, for vehicle lights, because this is also something that drives customer decision to buy a specific product. For instance, my son, he's a tall guy, and I asked him to buy a KTM, an Austrian motorbike, but he wanted to have this one from Yamaha because he said, I want to have this because it has like a nasty face, a very criminal face, no? And therefore, because the face of the motorbike looks so dangerous, he wanted to have this motorbike. So you see why companies protect designs, because this is what probably drives the customer decision to buy a product. And this lasts for 25 years. You can prolong it 4 times after you have registered it. So protecting your ideas, I hope I could convince you that this is important because you have a better legal position against your competitors and your infringers. Quality of the property right is important. So it is in patents, it's always good if you have a wide scope of protection so that you can have a monopoly of the whole area instead of having only a little piece patented. You can patent everything, but the question is the scope of protection big enough to generate a nice monopoly? And this is what you have to look for. And it's always clever and good to have different, several types of patents, of intellectual property rights registered. For instance, you combine a patent and a design, or patent and trademark. And this example gives you the answer why this is important. For instance, the international known saw producer Steel is a German company and worldwide sold with its products, has a big business, international business, and he was infringed by Yulei, which is a Chinese company very well known for infringing activities. And you see even the word mark steel, if the H is just move one step in front, and it looks like steel, but it isn't steel. But this didn't help. What helped was the color mark that was registered by Steel, because this orange and the combination was then in front of the court. So they won 8 court decisions, and this was sufficient to get total damage fees of about 170,000 euro. And this is why you need intellectual property rights. You have to make sure that you can keep your monopoly on the market. So far for the IPR rights, and now we come to something that everyone who starts a business should keep in mind and pay attention to, and this is called freedom to operate. This is the simple question whether you, with your business, infringe third-party rights. So, like you could have patents, other companies, competitors, and other developers have their patents as well. And what is your task before you start a business and before you enter the market? You have to look whether you potentially infringe intellectual property rights of others. And this is not only a search like you do it if you do a state-of-the-art search, what is out there. It's more or less a combination of your own search and a professional search, for instance, by an IP lawyer, because you have to look what is the legal status of the IP right, and that's sometimes complicated. And it's also something that you should repeat from time to time, because in patents, they are published 18 months after application. So you have a black box of 18 months where you don't see a patent, but 18 months later it pops up. And therefore, it's something that you should repeat once a year. You do your FTO analysis, you look yourself in the patent databases. It's more or less patents that are the most dangerous intellectual property rights. And this is what you have to carefully monitor yourself. And then you also mark patents that are, let's say, dangerous for you, and look whether they are active. So freedom to operate is to minimize risk and answer the question, do I infringe rights of third parties when carrying out my business? I shouldn't even have my own business. It's just that I want to enter commercially the market and exercise whatever, production, sale, licensing, do commercial activities, and by that you could infringe others' intellectual property rights. And this is what you have to ensure, or you have to analyze beforehand, before you enter the market. Those are third-party rights that block by intellectual property rights your activities. Those could be trademarks, as I just said, and patents and design. And it is the duty of the trader to analyze this. In the US, for instance, you have a problem because if you know that you infringe a patent of other parties, then you even have to pay more damage fees because you then have done willful infringement. There's a legal term that increases the prices for infringing. And the reasons to do an FTO analysis, it's not only your own research and development, it's also if you want to apply for funding. So funding agencies like ours is always asking, do you have FTO? Or investors. No investor gives you money if he risks that others will profit from them. The third party will profit from them. So it's to minimize risk and to ensure your business activities. That's freedom to operate. From the legal perspective, you can look in the World Intellectual Property Organization's webpage. It said from legal perspective is to have assembled all IP rights for a specific product, for a specific market, and a specific use. And from the business perspective is that you minimize risk. You do risk management. This is IP strategy. And it belongs to the IP strategy, and it's more and more an important part in digital, in our digital world, because and this is something. Okay, before I come to the example, what are the strategic business decisions that then follow to an FTO analysis? You monitor it, what I said, to be on the safe side and cover the 18 months before publishing patents. If you found a third-party right that is important for you, then you could license this, or you try to exchange IPR between the companies. Or if you are a big company, you purchase the small company that has the IP right, or you do merger and acquisition. These are consequences of strategic consequences of intellectual property rights. You could also fight against the patent that you found that harms your business activities if you have good reasons for nullity or for objection. Or you try to do workarounds, to generate workarounds, not to fall into the scope of the IPR right that is harmful. And in worst case, you have to stop, or you will stop the R&D project and cancel the market entry. This is an example that not only small companies are struggling with this, also big companies. It was in the newspapers in 2018. Volkswagen was getting a demand from Broadcom, which is a chip-producing company in US, and they wanted to have $1 billion from Volkswagen because they had a nice patent portfolio of, I think, 18 patents that were related to satellite positioning, satellite receivers, and imaging, imaging technologies. And Volkswagen didn't pay attention. Yeah, in the digital time, it's always also complicated for them to not to infringe their patents. And later on, I think in 2019, you could read in the newspaper that they negotiated. I guess it was several million that were paid. There are some alternatives from time to time. This is that companies do and let's say join each other and generate standard essential for even especially for standard essential patents. For instance, from the mobile companies that are shown here, Qualcomm, Ericsson, they generated a consortium that is called Avanci. It was called Avanci in these times. I don't even know whether it still exists. And through that vehicle, they licensed their patents for front conditions, so friendly conditions and licensing fees to other branches like the automotive branch and. So there is then those activities pop up to enable business, worldwide business, and that's also something that one has to analyze if it's on freedom to operate. And now I'm finished with this, and I want to. I mean, you have my contacts, and in terms of questions, I'm happy to get emails or telephone calls from you. But what is very helpful, and that's why I put it on the last page, there is from the European Commission an IP help desk, and you find the link here. And they not only give answers and have lots of material that you could profit from with respect to general issues in intellectual property rights. They also have for every region in the world, like China, what I just recently visited, they have specific outlines with the intellectual property rights in those specific countries, because there are legal differences between China and US and Europe. And therefore, if you want to dive deeper, go to the IP help desk from the European community. Probably someone of you knows it. And with that, I'm finished.
Okay, thank you very much for the presentation. Maybe we have some short time for quick questions if somebody want to ask Ms. Sigling. If no, I have just one question. It's not a simple one. Regarding this intellectual property of software, because as you mentioned, we are living in the digital age, and so far the software applications are, from my point of view, not very well protected. You mentioned the copyright, so I want to ask if the importance of copyright and some kind of design protection, patents, and so on is on the same level. If I can, as an author, really demand some fees if or some money if my work will be violated.
Yes, copyright, you can enforce the copyright as well, but with you have, let's say, software is a little bit more special. I didn't even start to talk about it because this would be half an hour at least. But the point is, software itself, the legal people see software as text. It's literature for them, and that's it's protected by copyright. And this is only the source code of the. So if you generated the source code, a novel software, then this is protected by copyright itself in the moment when you have generated it. And then there is this other part that is called computer implemented invention or software implemented invention. And this could be patented, but you patent not the source code, you patent the function of the software. And this needs to be a technical function. And this is the task in our days. So you have a software that is inducing something. It's like a diagram, what steps are following if the software is active. And if this is technical, so it has to have technicity. If there's no technicity, if it's just mental, software tells you a result of whatever analysis. This is not mental. But if software generates something that is that I say it's physical, physics, and it's even just sending energy power to something. This is technical. Then it could be patented under the prerequisite that this technical feature is novel and inventive. So this is what the examiner, the patent examiner, looks for. He discards everything that is not technical, and the technicity must be novel and inventive. And then you can even patent it. You can as well patent design and trademark for those. But it could be a computer implemented invention that is patentable if the whole system, and this is more or less in our days. Let me give an example. Maybe you know this famous harvesting machine producing company in Austria. It's called Klaas. They are worldwide active, internationally active. They are one of the top producers of harvesters. So in 25 years ago, they patented harvesters, machines. This was the scope of patenting. Then let's say 10 to 15 years ago, they patented functionality of harvesters, meaning that there is a sensor that is measuring how wet and how tall is the grass, and then this harvester adjusts itself. So this is functionality. This is 10 years ago. But now in our systems, Klaas patents ecosystems. And how does it function? For instance, imagine you have a program, a farmer has a program on his computer, and in this program, the field, let's say the area, the harvesting area was measured, and how big is the soil, that is whatever, and how much of whatever grass is on there or fruits or whatever. And then imagine there are, let's say, harvesting machines harvesting around, and he has a program how to optimize the harvesting with respect of energy saving and soil protection. So this is what you can program. And imagine if this system is then connected with the weather channel and he gets the danger that there will be rain in 1 hour. And then the system asks the farmer, do you want to still save energy and protect soil, or do you want to harvest fast? And then the Bauer says yes and knocks a button and says, I want now to harvest fast because I want to use the time before rain. And this system is an ecosystem. And this is patented by class, how it's function. So the pieces that are important for that are all known, but the method itself is novel. And this could be, and this is use case patterns and in our digital times. So what you need is software, and this is how it's running today. And believe me, Amazon and Google are having 1/3 of our patents that are applied in our times are digital patents. And the big companies that are doing, Netflix has up to 90 patents of its streaming technology to improve the streaming quality. Those are always little tiny pieces of software plus whatever that is then patented by Netflix, Disney as well. Yeah.
Okay.
But this is in our times important.
Great. Thank you very much. So now I see it's possible.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Good luck and have a nice day. I will leave you because I have another meeting at 10 then. Okay.
Sure. So
Okay,
thank you very
bye.
much for your presentation.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Yes, you're welcome. Okay, goodbye.
And we will continue with our next speaker, Ms. Olivera Komar. She will talk about the importance of target group segmentation and how this can help us in order to tailor the topics, tones, and method of communication to our target audience. So, Ms. Olivera, the floor is yours again.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. I'm sorry that the previous presenter just left because I just wanted to say that I learned a lot from the last presentation. I wasn't expecting it because the law is not something that I was very much interested in, but yeah. So I will try to follow up in the same manner. So I hope that my presentation will be at least as interesting as the first one. It's about targeting. It's about communication. It's about what I do. So I work as I'm a consultant. I have a private company called De Facto Consultancy, which does different kinds of research. And I'm also a professor, and I teach communication and marketing at the University of Montenegro. So I try to combine my practical experience with some theoretical experience and knowledge that I have. And I think that the combo would be interesting to you. First of all, let me try to share this presentation. I have to disclaim, I hate Teams, so this will probably not work, but let's try. You don't see it, right?
We see it.
Okay.
But try to launch the presentation mode.
Okay.
It will be possible.
Is it okay now?
No.
It's not. Okay, I knew it. Let's see, let's try. No, that doesn't work. How do you do this? You should do a presentation on presenting in Teams. That might.
Maybe you can launch the presentation and then share the screen or the view with the turned on presentation.
Let me try to do that. How about now?
Yes, that's it. Perfect.
Okay, good. Okay, so let's start with a small story. Very small one. It's a personal story. It's 1 year old. So it happened to me and my friends a year ago. I don't know how much you know about Montenegro, but one of the things that are happening here in the past maybe year or two is this major transformation of the pension system. So what is going on in the past? We have been investing in a pension fund which was state-owned, and it was happening without our knowledge, basically. So whenever you got the salary, part of your salary just directly, automatically went to the pension fund. But it's changing now, so we're not doing that anymore. And yeah, well, no one knows what's going to happen, and people who are in my age group are a little bit concerned. So we started thinking about alternatives and what to do, and so on and so on. So one of the colleagues suggested that we should start investing, which is, well, not a thing you start doing in mid-40s, but we said, okay, fine, let's try that. And he said, okay, I know a great guy. He has this great product. He made an application, and this application helps you invest from Montenegro to American stock exchange. So it's not that easy to do it here, because you need to transfer money to account in the United States, and there are so many hurdles. But he created some sort of a product which helps you do it really easily with just an app on your phone. And we said, yes, great, we want to do this, and let's just learn a little bit more about it. And the guy who is the owner of the application, he's a really, really great guy. He said, I will do a presentation for you. I will come to your premises and I will tell you what it's about, what you can do with investments, how you do it, and so on and so on. And we were very interested. We collected a group of friends, a group of colleagues, and we all sat, like 15 of us, in one room and waited for the presentation. So he came and he started talking to us about investing. He said, who out of all these 15 people wants to buy a new car? And everyone was like, most of us have cars, and we're not very interested in getting better ones. Who wants to buy a new apartment? Well, no one. Who wants to earn a lot of money? No, I'm too old for that. I mean, this is fine. Who likes risk taking? Everyone was like, no. So what was going on at the end? He started talking about philosophy investing, about some Chinese philosophers who were talking that you need to plant a seed and so on and so on. But we were not interested. We wanted to talk only about one topic, and that was pensions. Because we were a group of people in the middle-age category who were worried about one thing in the future. So we were there specifically not to talk about investments. We were buying the application. We want to have it. But he kind of missed our fears. He kind of missed what we were about. He kind of missed the communication opportunity. At the end, what happened is that just a few of us bought the application and started investing. The others just went out and said, we're just too old for this. And that was what happened at the end. That was my story. But you can find a lot of stories like that everywhere when you have a really, really good product, which misses the opportunity to communicate well with people that are their target audience. And this presentation is about that. So as I told you, this whole thing is about marketing, is about communication, it's about talking to people. And when you, just a little bit of theory, just a very, very, very short intro. So when you look at the history of marketing, you will see that the marketing evolved through some sort of 3 steps. And most people, when they have their product, are at the step 1. And this step is, look at my product. It's so wonderful. I came up with this idea, and this is the best idea that anyone had. I solved this problem. This is perfect. It should talk to for itself. But that was the first phase. And we are out of that as a global community. Now we are in the 3rd phase. I will just mention the second one. The second one was me having this product and saying, look at my product, look at all these features, look how colorful it is, look how smart it is, and so on. So I kind of bothered to explain. I'm not just in love with my product. I'm bothering to explain better to you why you should buy it. But now we are in the 3rd phase. And this 3rd phase is saying the following. I researched who you are. I know everything about you. I created a product that is about you and that communicates to you. So now just take it. And this is where we live now. It's not easy. There is no recipe. It's more like a philosophy, and there are a lot of tools that you can use to do it. Some of the tools are expensive. Some of the tools are not expensive at all. So you can do some of it just by using website analytics, and you can do it by just talking to friends, and you don't have to have a professional to do it. but you need to kind of understand what you are doing and why you are doing that. I will give you two explanations and two, I hope, interesting examples from politics. Politics is something that I'm very interested in, so many of my examples will come from there. But this one is actually really, really interesting, even if you're not into politics. It's I think first it was 2008 and then 2012 campaign by Barack Obama. It was quite interesting from the standpoint of political marketing, in the sense that he tapped into a completely new market. Then he changed the way that majority of his campaign was finance and so on and so on. But one of the things was that he had a new product. This new product was hope. So his team understood that at this point of American development, what people needed is some sort of hope. And so he and his team tried to diversify this communication about his product to different types and groups of people. And one of the groups that they identified as potential recipients of his products were called, well, they called them swindlers. So they understood that there are something like 55 million single women in United States. This group was almost completely untapped to. No one was communicating to them enough. And they are very specific. You can see the explanation on the screen. So they are very demanding. They have their opinions, but they are untapped market. So they communicated especially to this target. They talked to them. They crafted their campaign so it kind of resonates to their fears, to their thinking, to their philosophy. And at the end, you know what happened. He won the elections, not just because of this, but this was one of the segments and one of the examples how it happened. This is another one. I'm not going to read all of that, but it will stay in the presentation. It happened in 2005 in elections in UK, where you can see the major three political parties just trying to pinpoint specific groups which are their targets. And these groups are not, they're just usual suspects, to say so, people that would vote for them anyway. These specific groups are special because they were kind of neglected. So they tried to find them, they tried to tailor their message towards them, and they tried to kind of shape what they're saying in their policies and then communication in order to kind of attract them. And some of them actually managed. So what we are talking about, market segmentation is about looking at your audience not as a monolith, but looking at your audience as a group of very different people. You want to understand them. You want to in order to understand them, you need to regroup them. You need to first think of them as a bunch of small groups, because you cannot communicate to every and each individual. You can communicate to each subgroup. So you're trying to find a meaningful way to create little small subgroups, and then tailor your messaging that it kind of resonates to this subgroup. How you can do it, I will talk about it a little bit more, but basically you can take anything. The traditional ways would say just take age or gender or location, but nowadays we have another, to say so, philosophy, saying not all men are the same, not all women are the same, not all young people are the same. We need to be a little bit more precise, and also people are sometimes much more differentiated among themselves, not by hardcore demographics, but because of their lifestyle. So people who have a certain type of lifestyle are more close to each other and can create a subgroup compared to another group of people who maybe share demographics, but are actually completely another lifestyle. So the idea is that before you communicate to the wider audience about your product, you try to research this audience, to create subgroups, know everything about them, and then decide whom to communicate specifically and how. So how to do it. These are some of the steps. Of course, this is not, and as many social science, it's not that precise. No one can give you like a recipe, do this and then that, but there are some guidance there. One of the things is that you want to know who this audience that can be interested in your product is. So are they rich? Are they poor? Are they young? Are they risk takers, risk averse? So you want to know who they are. Then you want to know as much as possible about their habits. So one of the ideas is that when you know about their habits and their behavior, it's possible for you to meet them, to say so. When I say meet them, it doesn't mean that you physically need to meet them. Like there's this little explanation here. Looking at what people do and how people behave, we now know when to send our push notifications. Like for most people, we have some sort of daily dynamic. There are some people who spend their day on the phone, but there are other people who do not have this luxury. And one of the things that if you want to meet me, the perfect way would be to do it at 7 a.m. because at 7 a.m. my alarm goes on and off, and then it rings, and I do this, and I take my phone on the right side of my bed, and I start watching this is not very healthy, but this is what I do, and many people do that. And if you want to take my attention, and if you want to catch me, you will do it at 7 a.m. in the morning, just there, I will be there, right? Again, this is a bad example, and you shouldn't do it, but research shows that many people do it, and especially people who are in my kind of demographic group. Also, if you want to target young people, you do it by choosing specific channels. You don't pay like a huge amount of money to have advertisement before the news, because they're not watching news and they're not at home at the 7:20, even though this prime time costs a lot. You don't go on Facebook because young people are not on Facebook anymore, and so on and so on. You know the drill. But basically, you have to know where to find them and how to attract them. Then you want to understand them a little bit better, and then you want to kind of shape your information, maybe directly, maybe through Medium, in a way that they will trust it. So one of the major questions of nowadays, and one of the major questions, million-dollar question, is who specific people trust. And I can tell you, as a researcher who does polling all the time, people trust less and less, and this is one of the main problems of the modern society. So how do we do it? As I said, there is no one specific recipe. Every person should find the perfect recipe for themselves. And one of the things is that you don't have to choose one. You can combine, and you can try different things before you succeed. The classical theory will tell you there are 4 types of segmentation: demographic, geographic, behavior, and psychology or psychographic. And I will just briefly go through each of them and explain what it does. And then we will talk about some interesting situations when you combine. Like demographics would be the first step. Everyone, when I say segmentation, everyone thinks about these traditional roles that we are assigned, like where do you live, what is your age, if you are married or not, what is your gender, what is your income, employment, education, and so on and so on. And actually this works quite well, but it's not enough today. Because today, some of these things, society is becoming a little bit more dynamic and then more individualized. So these characteristics do not capture everything that needs to be known about the person. That was the case in the past. Like, I don't know, if you remember when you were young and you were going out, you had probably, that was the case in my community, but depending on where you went out, I could kind of know if I will be interested in you or not. So we had some coffee and I don't know, bars for people who are like this, and bars for people like that, and bars for people like this. And by just choosing one bar, I can tell you a story about you, what you're interested in, what your values are, who you vote for, and things like that. So this is what I'm talking about. Today, young people are not, first of all, they're not going to bars, which is really strange, but it happens. And also, it's a little bit more complicated than it was. The second traditional is behavioral segmentation. So what people do, how do they spend their time, what they buy. This is really important. How do they make their purchases? What is their usual route? Many of you will probably have some digital, as was mentioned before, products. So transferred into digital behavior, it translates into page visits, referral sources, clicks, downloads, video plays, blah, blah, blah. So this is what is your digital behavior. And this is how you can actually track the behavior of a person, subgroup it, and then target it based on that. Psychographic segmentation is the most exciting one, I would say. So what are these people like? So are they risk takers or risk averse? Just remember the first story I told you. This this broker came into a room full of really risk-averse people, and he was trying to sell us risk-taking. It doesn't work. So what are our intentions, values, personalities, social media patterns, and so on and so on. So what our psychological background kind of is. And also there are others, more modern ways to segment. Like if you're talking about digital behavior, what is your average order value? What your product categories purchased within, I don't know, 10 months are, and so on and so on. I will tell you another anecdote. It's again from my broker friends. I have several. So he told me this. I offer the same services as all my colleagues, but I make it more expensive. And I say, why? I mean, if your product, what you're doing, costs, I don't know, 10 something, and then you say, I charge 15. How does that work? Why do you have clients at all? I'm not buying that. And he said, oh, no. People, when I say 15, people think that I'm giving them more than that I'm giving them something that is kind of unset. I don't say it. I don't say that I will give you more than others. They just kind of psychologically assume that if it costs more, it's safer, it's better, and they kind of just go for it. The difference between 10 and 15 is maybe too sharp. His difference was 10 and 12 or something like that, but it worked for him. So his services were more costly, and more people in our community bought them just because they kind of assumed, without being even told, that there is more quality there. Now I will give you two examples. It's examples from my work. I don't know if those will be interesting to you, but I'll try. I hope they will be. We were commissioned by one company in the past to look into EU and Montenegrin accession to EU and so on. So this company who wanted to work for government said, we need to understand people in Montenegro. We want to know what they feel about the European Union, and we want to identify some key audiences, and we want to tailor a campaign that will target these key audiences. We don't want to talk to everyone. Because a lot of people are in favor. We just want to target those who are problematic in order to kind of prevent the change of sentiment. There are two ways to do it. The first one is to go from topic and then to look who the people who believe in that kind of topic are. And the second one is to identify profiles and then see what they're about. And I will show you both of these things because we did both. First one would look like this. So we did a public opinion research. As I told you, you don't have to do very, very expensive public opinion research. You can do a SurveyMonkey. It doesn't have to be representative because basically you need to find correlations within a group. It's not only about representativeness of the group, but that's another topic. So we asked people, are you in favor of Montenegrin membership to EU? And they said yes, 27.2, mostly yes, 40.5, mostly no, 12.7, not at all, 9.8, I don't know, is 9.8. And then we asked them who you are interested in. And they said, okay, so we're not interested in the first and second group. Those are our customers, and we won't spend time on them. We are interested in one of these three groups. Mostly no, not at all, and I don't know. And then they said, this campaign is going to be about not at all. We want to prevent Euroscepticism in Montenegro. So we want to know everything you can tell us about these people. Who are they? What is their average age, education, where they live, what they like, who they trust, which TV station they watch. So tell us everything you can. So we created some sort of very specific report documenting who these people are. And so, without any kind of surprise, they were not very scattered. They had very distinctive profiles. You can actually know who these people are. Then they came to us again and they said, okay, fine. We finished this. We have a campaign for this group of people. But now we were talking to the government and they said that their target audiences in the future will be these four profiles. The first one, urban, educated, young, middle-class member. The second one, older, poor, loser of tradition that lives in rural part of northern Montenegro. The third one will be middle-aged Montenegrin, educated middle-class member working in public administration, who is a lawyer, teacher, or any kind of such profession. Or the fourth one will be unemployed young people. We want you to tell us how many of these people are in Montenegro. We want you to tell us what their lifestyle is. And then at the end, we want you to tell us what their stance is about topics that are interesting to our campaign are. And so we did the research. I'm not going to go through all of that. I will just give you one or two examples. So first one, again, we did the research and we found the first group, urban, educated, young, middle-class members. So criteria was that they live in a city, that they have university education, that they are up to 34 years old. There was one more about income, but I kind of missed it. So when everything was calculated, we told them, this is 10% of Montenegrin population. Are you interested in those? And they said, yes, we are, 10% is a lot. We need to talk to these people. Can you tell us more about them? And then we did another research and we found out about their lifestyle. So where they go, what the level of confidence they have, what they watch, what they do not watch, and when they go on internet, what they look for, and so on and so on. And we provided this kind of report that they used in order not just to tailor the message, but also to select the channel of communication with them. We did the same for the second group. I'm not gonna go in details. I want to show you how it finished, what was at the end. But again, this is the second group. This is the profile of the second group. And at the end, it was about this. They wanted to have an EU campaign about several topics. The first one was about how EU is going to help with solving the main problems in Montenegro. So they wanted to understand what these people think that the main problems are. And if you look at them, you will see that they actually are not the same. The second and the third example will be even more obvious, but this one is I think pretty clear. The first, the second, and the fourth was about unemployment. The third is not unemployed; they have employment, so they are more abstract about it. They worry about economy and blah blah blah. And if you talk about unemployment to them, they will just be not interested. They will scroll further on and so on and so on. The second one, healthcare. So the campaign was about health. They wanted to say that access to health services and blah, blah, blah will be better once we join EU and so on and so on. And then we asked these people, what do they think are the main problems in health sector? And this is quite interesting for me. So the first group said corruption. Just remember, this is the middle-aged or urban group and so on and so on. The second, the older one, said waiting time. The third one was quality of service. This is the public service one. And the fourth one said waiting. Okay, so let's just pause there. The first one is probably very healthy. So they're middle-aged, they live in the city, and they probably don't go to the doctors very much. So they worry about corruption because it's something that is like a more abstract problem. It's not a problem that you have if you are not healthy. The second one don't want to wait. Why? Because they spend their lives and then days just waiting in the waiting rooms of different health institutions in Montenegro. So they don't care about quality, they don't care about accessibility, they just don't want to wait anymore. And if you want their attention, you will just start by just saying, we'll cut the waiting time, we'll regulate the waiting time. The third one was about quality, and the fourth one, the young people, they just don't want to wait, which is kind of normal. The last one was about security. So what you are afraid of, what is the main security threat in Montenegro? And everyone says organized crime, except for the youngest one. They said it's the street crime. Why? Because the first, the second, and the third group, they don't spend time on the street. The fourth group is the one who is the youngest one, and they spend the time on the street, and for them, it's not about organized crime, it's too abstract. They're worried about what happens in the street. And so on and so on, you can go on, but basically this can give you an idea of what kind of evidence and what kind of ideas you can have in order to tailor your product. In this sense, the product was accession of Montenegro to European Union, can better resonate to a group that you are talking to. How do you do profiling? Well, as I said, just you need to ask some questions to yourself, and then you use whatever you can. You can use different tools that are available on the internet. One of the things that I found, even though I prefer quantitative to qualitative methods, but I have to admit that there is a lot of power when it comes to profiling in just talking to people. You just sit and you talk to people, and they will tell you what their fears are, what their hopes are, and they will tell you what they're about. And then when you know who your audiences are, when you know about them, then you tailor your communication in a way that it resonates to this group. So this is one final graph or presentation. One of the things is that, and one of the messages that comes from it is that once you have your audience, once you prepare your messaging, you don't stop researching. You have to continue because you are in the market and the groups change and groups are being targeted by different products. So basically you need to continue collecting information about who you want to talk to, who you want to like your product and buy your product, and in order to be successful on the market. The more you can learn about them and the more you can actually know in advance about them, the more successful you're likely to be. So that's all I had as a kind of presentation for you today. I hope it was inspiring at all, and just good luck with your work.
Great. Thank you very much for this presentation. This topic is also very interesting, and I think the discussion about this could last even longer than the whole workshop that we have assigned today. I personally like it very much because, as you mentioned, in these days, the marketing and the behavior of the customers is very closely connected to this psychological side, how everybody is deciding and behaving and so on. And I have read quite a nice article that our Western culture, which more of, let's say, all of us probably does belong to, that when we go shopping, we usually from 18% decide on our emotional behaviors or emotional part, not just the functional that I'm buying some product, just some lawn mower to cut the grass, but that there's always something behind, something different behind this decision. So I wouldn't go to the details, but if some of our colleagues have some kind of question, we have quite a lot of time to answer something. Okay, so if not, again, thank you very much for the presentation. And
thank you very much for just listening to me. I hope it's going to be inspiring.
It definitely was.
Okay.
So we can continue with the next one. I would like to welcome Alexei Djurdjevic, a member of the Digisour company. Mr. Djurdjevic will talk about CEO as a tool for SMEs and how to use CEO tools in order to help us to gather some maybe, let's say, quantitative, but also I think qualitative data about our customers.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Alexei Djurdjevic, and I'm digital marketing specialist and senior with 10 years of the experience in the field. I just try to share my PowerPoint presentations. Are you able to see the presentation?
Yes, we can see it, but also if it would be possible to launch it more in the presenting mode.
I'm not sure how to do that because I don't have application. I'm live on Google Chrome.
Okay, okay. And is it possible to?
If it's possible, if it's visible, what I'm going to share, if you let me allow, I think I can work in this way, if it's okay with you.
And is it possible to shut down the left panel, the menu on the left side, maybe?
maybe, but if you know how to do that.
Try to click those 3 lines at the yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Now it's fine.
So as I said, I'm a digital marketing professional with 10 years of experience in the field. I have digital marketing agency, and we are mostly specialized in SEO for medical and healthcare sector. And we also do paid advertising, Google and Meta advertising for e-commerce. So that's 2 of the specializations is SEO for medical and healthcare and e-commerce paid advertising. In today's presentation, my goal is to share with you the most useful tools that you can use to improve SEO performance of the small and middle-sized business owners that have a website. My presentations will be based on a table of content of 9 different tools, and as I try to pick up most of the tools that are really easy to use, that are beginner friendly, and that offer a lot based on how you can use them. I have also implemented some of the tools that are more advanced and that are paid, but my goal with this presentation is to show you all the possible tools that you can use in this short period of time. As I'm going to run this presentation, for every tool that I'm going to represent, I will show you, I will do a demonstration, a live demonstration on how to use that tool in for which purposes and etc. I also strongly encourage you, if you have any questions regarding any tools that I'm going to represent, please feel free to leave questions in a chat box so I can answer all of the questions when the presentation is over. So we will table of content. We will talk about 9 tools: Google Keyword Planner for SEO, Google Research with Google Search Autocomplete, Google Search Console, KeywordTool.io, SEO-site-checkup.com, gtmetrics.com, and all of these 6 tools, including WordCountTools.com, are tools that you can mostly use for free. Some of them have paid features, but for some basic or even middle advanced stuff, you can still use them and get a lot of insights from them. SEMrush and Ahrefs are tools that are much more advanced for more advanced SEO users and are mostly used by SEO agencies. But they have some features that are available to use even though if you don't have paid account. So I will try to explain to you how to use those free features and in which on which way you can use them. So let's start with the Google Keyword Planner. Google Keyword Planner is a free tool provided by Google Ads. So to use this tool, you have to have open Google Ads account. Google Ads account is account that you use to create Google pay-per-click advertising campaigns like Google search campaigns, Google display campaigns, or even YouTube campaigns. So to effectively use this tool, you have to open that account. Also, if you want to use all that this tool has to offer to functionate perfectly, one of the what I'm trying to say is you have to have one campaign that is active, and you have to pay money for that campaign to use all of the features that is Google Keyword Planner offering. So it helps you find the right keywords that potential customers are trying into Google, and it's perfect for planning website content or SEO strategies based on the real search data. Key benefits of these tools are entering a product, service, or website URL to get keyword suggestions related to your business. So with this tool, you can discover keyword ideas regarding your product, services, and most of the also like SEO content marketing, which I'm using the most. You can analyze search volume, so you can see how often people search for a specific keyword each month. You can understand competition. You can identify how competitive a keyword is in paid search, giving insight into its overall SEO value. And you can also use like location and language targeting. So you can customize results by targeting specific countries, regions, or languages. Pro tip for using this tool is to focus on medium competition keyword with moderate to high search volume to increase your chances of ranking faster, especially if your site is new and especially if you're working on SEO content marketing. So if you're like writing text for your blog page on your website. To use this tool, are you seeing this Google Keyword Planner open? Can you see Google Keyword Planner?
No. You still see the presentation. Yes, now it's live. Okay.
Okay, thanks. I haven't been working on webinars since COVID pandemic, so it's been like 4 years. So bear with me. To use Google Keyword Planner, it's you have to open an account, and then from the left side you have a button that says Tools. When you click on the button Tools, you have tools for keyword research, and you choose Google Keyword Planner. Here it says Google Keyword Planner when it's translated to English. So when you open a Google Keyword Planner, you have two different options. You have options to do keyword research with the keywords itself, and you have the option to do a keyword research with a web page. So you have two different options. Let's say if I want to like, just a second. Let's say I want to find some keyword research for the medical client that I'm working on, and I wanna check on which keywords our competitors of my client are ranking for. To do that, I have to pick this option, like choose a web location, and after that I have an option to change language. Like I don't want to use English language if I'm looking for keywords that are specific for Serbian language in Bosnia. So I will say, I will choose Serbian language, and then I will choose Bosnia as a country. I can click here and add URL. And then I have two options. I have options like choose all of the page, like all of the content of this page to generate keyword ideas, or I can say use just this specific page, like primamedicabl.com is specific page, and if I want to use keyword just from that page, I will use this another option to use all of the keywords that are on this website regarding or including all of the links that this website have. I will use the first option. So let's do with the second option. I will just use this page, and I can click show results, and after I click show results, now I have like 72 of the keywords that are available to use for my Google Ads campaigns or SEO campaigns. Here I can click on a average monthly search, like to select that option, and then after I select that option, I can see which keywords are most popular. And what's important to know when you're choosing the keywords for your SEO, it's important to know like the more search volume by month keyword has, the more interesting is that keyword to choose it as a primary keyword on which you are optimize your content for SEO. When writing a content for SEO, for like if you're writing blog for a blog page, it's really important to choose one or two primary keywords on which that content will be fully optimized. So you want to rank for one or two keywords that have a huge search volume, and you have to use those keywords like 1 to 2% of all of the words that are using in that web page. So primary keywords are usually keywords that have more than 5 or 1,000 search volume per month. I can see here like polyclinica, it's keyword that has almost 2,000 volume search per month, like Medico S, Polyclinica Medical Center. Like these are all keywords, and I have to choose one or two to for a primary keyword. Besides primary keyword, I also want to use secondary keyword which I want to include into the text so I can rank for more keywords with that blog post. Secondary keywords are all the keywords that have a search volume per month that is between 20 and 100. So 20 to 100 are secondary keyword, and I can choose as many as I want of these keywords and use it while writing the blog text. The main difference in a keyword volume that it's used in a SEO blog is primary keywords. They are used 1 to 2% of the complete content, and secondary keywords you can use them like for 2 or 3 times while writing the text, and that will be enough signal for Google that so that Google knows on which topic is that blog post. One more thing that's really important to know is when you're writing SEO blogs for SEO content for your blog, it's really important to know that you're not writing just for Google, you're writing for people. So the content has to have two components. One component is you have to use keywords in a natural way that Google knows on which keywords you want to uh, send the message that this blog text is about. And another thing, it cannot be completely robotic or automatic language. It has also be written for people, so it's really interesting to read, so people can stay on that blog text for a while. And that's like one of the most important signals is going to Google to rank that text on a higher position or on a lower position. Another way to use Google Keyword Planner is to go with the keywords itself. So here I can write, let's say, private clinic or health institution or medical center. So here I can write up to 10 keywords. And when I write these 10 keywords, I'm going to ask Google how big is search volume for these keywords, and also are there any similar keywords that are similar to these keywords that I can also use to include them in writing a blog post. So here I'm getting two infos. I'm getting infos on uh, how much search volume every keyword that I've written has, and also which keywords are good, like ideas that are similar to these keywords that they can also use in the blog content. And I can also click show results, and here I can see keyword ideas, based on these keywords that I'm written. And here I also only have one keyword idea. So the best way to use this tool is to write at least 10 keyword ideas and then to save these keywords. Once you have find keywords in Google Keyword Planner, you can save them by copy pasting them in a Microsoft Excel or Word document, or you can export. You have export option, and you can export all of the keywords that you are seeing here, and you will have all of the data that's showing, that's like average monthly search, change in the last 3 months, change from year to year. Is there competition that is low, medium, or high, etc., etc. So next tool I want to share with you is keyword research with Google Search Autocomplete. This is like a really simple tool to use when doing keyword research for SEO, but it's extremely effective in finding new keyword ideas that Google Keyword Planner cannot give you that easily. So Google Autocomplete is a feature that predicts and displays search suggestions as you type into a Google search bar. These suggestions are based on real-time popular search queries from users worldwide, making it a simple yet powerful tool for keyword discovery. Key benefits are instant keyword inspiration. You can see what people are actually searching for in your niche in that period of the time. Also, your current and trending queries or results reflect live search behavior, and it's great for spotting new trends. There's no tools needed. Like, this works directly in your browser. It's fast, free, and beginner friendly, and it's one of the best ways to discover long tail keyword discovery. So you can get more specific intent driven search terms that are easier to rank for. Pro tip with using this tool is to try typing different letters after your keyword. Example, city tour A, city tour B. Uh, Actually, I will show you how to use this feature. So this is Google search autocomplete, and let's say I want to do a keyword research with best SEO tools. So I can write best SEO tools. Here you can see like best SEO tools, and suggestion is best SEO tools free for small business, for YouTube, for WordPress. If I click in front of the query, I can get different results. So there's 3 different ways you can use these tools. First one is you'd write at least 3 words, because 3 words are long tail keywords. So if this tool is mostly used for long tail keywords. So if I want to discover more long tail keywords, I write 3 words and then I click on the right side. I can also click on the left side and have get some different but similar keyword ideas, or I can also click space and then go with every letter, as I said with this pro tip, like best SEO tools A. So best SEO tools, affiliate program analysis, or B. So for small business, for blogger, etc., etc. The last thing that you can do while using this tool is to click enter. And after you click enter, you can again click here on the end of the search query, and you will get more different search keyword search ideas that you can pick up, investigate in Google Keyword Planner on which how many volumes they have per month, and then based on the research, you can choose which are primary keywords you want your blog text to rank for, and which are secondary keywords that you want to use and use in writing the blog text. Third tool I want to show you is Google Search Console. So Google Search Console is a free tool by Google that gives you deep insights into how your website performs in search results. It helps you understand how Google sees your site, which pages are indexed, and where there's room for improvement. This is a really good tool I use for every of my clients to get insight on which pages are ranking good, and which keywords are contributing for those pages to rank. Key benefits from this tool is you can track performance and view how many people sees your website in Google, like how many impressions you have and how many clicks you have, and you can see click-through rate based on these impressions and clicks. And you can also see how effective your titles and descriptions are, which are mostly determined on how good your click-through rate is. You can also see indexing status, so you can check your website pages. Are they indexed by Google, or which are blocked, or are there some have issues or are blocked? You can fix errors, or you actually cannot fix errors that easily, but you can get insights on which errors are active and how to fix that errors based on content you see on a Google search tool. And you can boost visibility, so you can use data to improve rankings and attract more organic traffic. Pro tip for using this tool is check your top queries regularly to see which keywords drives the most traffic and where you can improve. Now I'll share this. So this is Google Search Control tool. From the left side, I have like a lot of websites from my clients, which I'm on which I have insights on how well they are performing based on pages and keywords. So if I want to analyze, let's say, Prima Medica website, I can click here on how successful this website is. And when I click there, this is what I see. I can see, like, in the past 3 months, this website had 13,000 clicks and it had 241,000 impressions. The average click-through rate was 5.4, and the average position for all of the pages was 7.6. Down below, you can see a graph how well is performing based on a time span. So in the last 3 months, we can see it's kind of improving. I can also do this. I can like click more and I can click compare. I can compare previous these 3 months, last 3 months with the previous 3 months. So if I click compare on that way, I click click OK, and now I can see difference. Are my SEO efforts good, or am I failing with doing SEO with this client? So comparing 3 months and previous 3 months with SEO with this client, I can see that I have more than 100% increase in clicks, more than almost 200% increase in impressions, and I can see click-through rate and average position. After that, I have also queries, pages, and queries and pages are some that I'm mostly looking at. Like it's when I see queries, I can see which queries are people using to get into my website. So here I can see if I click on it, if I click here, it's average position. So I have query, I have number of clicks, number of impressions, and position. And based on this data, I can optimize my pages to get better position in the future. So, for example, I have gynecolog Banja Luka. It's gynecologist. Yeah, gynecologist. It's a query. So this keyword is used to optimize the website based on gynecology ambulance. So if I see that it's 5.2 average position, I can improve keyword staffing of this gynecolog Banja Luka keyword, and I can add more questions and answers. I can add more keywords and similar keywords to this one to improve my rankings. I can also add backlinks from my existing web pages and website and link it to the page that is gynecology to improve rankings in a long run. Also, I have pages, and if I here click compare, I compare last 3 months with previous 3 months, I can see which pages are improving the best. Like some of the pages that are improving the best. Like this page has like 1,000 plus more clicks that it had in the previous 3 months. So here I can see on which pages I'm doing well, if I'm writing content for them, and I can see on which pages are stagnating, and that can be I'm not writing content, or I have written a content that's not good enough. So if I have written a content that's not good enough, I can go back to that content and re-optimize it, rewrite it to try to make better results. Next tool I want to share with you is keywordtool.io. Keywordtool.io is user-friendly keyword research tool that builds on Google autocomplete feature. So it helps generate hundreds of long-tail ideas quickly, and it's ideal for creating blog content, SEO campaigns, or targeting niche audience. Key benefits are you can discover long-tail keywords and get highly specific keyword phrases that reflect real user search intent. It's kind of similar to Google search autocomplete, but with keyword.io in one click you have much more data that you can get from Google search autocomplete. You can explore variations fast. You can easily see related keyword combinations like best versus how to. You can also, and this is like a unique feature from this tool. You can do a research on Google, YouTube, Bing, Amazon, Instagram, and more. So you can use more different platforms to see which keywords are most popular based on the best platform you chosen. And you don't have you no need to log in. It's free version, and you can get basic keyword lists available instantly without creating an account. And when writing content for blog text, you can use the questions tab to find content ideas that answer real user queries, and it's perfect for blog posts and FAQ sections. To use this tool, I'll show you here. So it's keywordtool.io. When you enter the keyword, you can see here which platform you want to use. So these are all available platforms on which you can do a research. And I can, let's say I want to explore best SEO agency, and I want to see on Google, and I don't want to use global worldwide. Let's say I want to find out which queries are most related to keyword best SEO agency in the United Kingdom. Okay. And I want to use English language. So I click search. And here I can get like huge list. You can see it's 228 keywords based just on this query. So one query gave me 228 keywords. Imagine how many keyword ideas you can get if you have 10, 15 or more keyword ideas that you're starting with. And one another pro tip, because this is a free tool that has paid subscription options. With paid subscription options, you can see search volume, you can see trend, you can see average cost per click if you're using Google Ads account to advertise for these keywords. But the thing is, if I have paid account, I can see which are most popular. If I don't have paid account, I can still see which keywords are most popular based on the how they are ranked here. So most popular keyword is best SEO agency. Second most popular is best SEO agency. Best SEO agency here is like most popular. That has typo. So it's really interesting that you don't have to have paid subscription, but you can still get insights of which keywords are most popular. And this pro tip, if you're writing a blog post, you can click here on questions, and you can see what kind of questions are people asking based on a best SEO agency keyword. So it's what does an SEO agency do, how to start SEO agency, how to become SEO freelancer, etc. So all of these long tail keywords you can use as ideas to create content for your blog post and to try to rank for different keywords that you can stuff into this content. The next tool I want to share with you is SEO Site Checkup. SEO Site Checkup is more technical tool, is free and beginner friendly, and it gives you SEO audit that quickly analyzes your website and delivers a clear report with scores and actionable fixes. So it's ideal for identifying basic SEO problems without technical knowledge. So if you don't have any technical knowledge, but you understand English and you have basic SEO knowledge, you can pretty much understand this tool and interpret informations you're having when you do analyzation of your website. So key benefits are you can scan your website in seconds and receive a comprehensive SEO report. So it gives you a quick site audit. You can detect common issues. You can identify problems with meta tags, mobile responsiveness, page speed, image optimization, and more. You can get actionable fixes, ideas. You can get plain language recommendation on how to improve weak areas. and you have visual scorecard. The tool provides an easy-to-read overall SEO score, example 75 from 100, and breaks down by category. Pro tip for this tool is you can repeat the checkup monthly to track progress and catch new issues early, especially after a website redesign or content update. One thing to know about this tool is you cannot use it more than once per day if you have free account. So every other day you can use it for different website or the same website, but you cannot use it more than once with a free account. So this is SEO site checkup tool, and let's say I want to analyze this performance of this of one of my client. You have website URL box, you copy paste website and you click checkup. Usually they really do a really quick analysis. It doesn't take more than 1 minute. We'll just wait for a little. And now I'm getting the results. So I can see what kind of SEO score has Prima Medica website. Anything above 75 is good. So anything above 75 is good. If you have a score that's below 75, you might have some critical issues that you have to fix to get that score higher. Here I can see I have 16 failed reports. I have 4 warnings, but warnings are orange colored, so it's not that huge. It's not huge issue, and 55 are passed. Here I can see immediately which issues I have to fix. Most of the issues that are causing bad analysis, it's when people have images that are too big, like that use too much of the space, like images that are bigger than 150 kilobytes. If you have a lot of images that are like 1 megabyte or 2 megabytes big, and you use a lot of those images on a website, that's like the one of the most common big problems that website have with the site speed and website optimization. So you can see here which issues you have to fix, which issues are high priority, which are medium priority, or which are low priority. Most of the issues you can fix by yourself if you have basic development knowledge on basic technical SEO. But if you don't have any technical SEO knowledge, you'll have to call on the SEO developer to help you fix with those issues. And it's much easier to fix these issues if you use like WordPress platform as a platform of choice for your website. If you use custom-made platform, it can be very easy to fix for a developer, but to fix it by yourself, it can be very annoying and not that easy. So also you can see a lot of other data and analysis about those websites. I don't want to go through everything that you can see, but the point is you have a very deep in-dive analysis of your website, and you get immediate suggestions on what's not working, what is working, and what you can do to fix all of the issues that can improve your website speed and improve user experience on your website. The next tool I want to share is gtmetrics.com. So gtmetrics.com is a free website performance tool that measures how fast your site loads and identifies technical elements that slows it down. Since loading speed is a key SEO ranking factor, this tool helps ensure your site meets modern performance standards. Key benefits from this tool: you can analyze loading speed and get a full breakdown of how quickly your site loads on desktop or mobile. And loading on mobile is like the most important thing for SEO web. SEO relevance, Google favors fast loading websites, so better speed, better rankings, and better user experience. You can get actionable recommendation and find simple fixes like optimizing images, reducing large files, enabling caching, or cleaning up code. And you have visual reports. GTmetrix provides grade rates A to F, load times, and waterfall charts for detailed insights. Pro tip is to focus first on image optimization and browser caching, something similar to SEO checkup, but the main difference between gtmetrix.com and SEO checkup is that GTmetrix is mostly focused on technical issues, and SEO site checkup is focused on some of the technical issues, but a lot of also on content issues. So and you cannot have that much insight from content issues using gtmetrix.com. To use the gtmetrix.com, you just open the website, and here you can test your URL address. I will text the same URL address. You can log in to change options based on like if your server is somewhere, you are not going to get the same results if you test your website. If you choose option that your server for web is in Canada, Great Britain, Germany, or some other country. So country options here can make a huge difference on the results you can get from using this tool. So the best thing to do here is to log in to change options. I will log in. So I paste URL, and I have analyze options, and I want to test here in London, UK. So London, UK is the closest city to country I live in. I live in Bosnia, so I will test London, UK, and I will have the most relevant result if I choose London as a hosting. And that's it, and then I will click analyze. It also takes just maybe like 1 minute or 45 seconds, and after the analyze is completed, we will see complete report how well our website is performing based on website speed and technical stuff, and also I will get suggestions on how can I improve website speed and technical content, and finally the user experience they're having when using this website. So here I can see I got D grade, which is not good. So I always want to aim to have at least C grade. So at least C grade or B grade. Grade A is almost impossible to get. I never got E grade with websites, and I analyzed and I worked on more than 100 websites using with this tool. So structure is really good. The loading page is average loading page of this website is 4.2. So what I can do, one thing that's for sure that I can do is to optimize images. After I optimize images, I can reduce loading page on 2 seconds, and let's say that 2 seconds as loading page is a sweet spot that we want to aim when working on SEO site speed. Here I can have summary, like what kind of issues I do have, what are top issues, what are medium and medium low issues. So I have avoid enormous network payloads, so I need to check with my hosting and with uploads. Like you can see, yeah, as I said, I have a lot of images which sizes are more than 150 kilobytes. Like everything that's more than 150 kilobytes can drastically impact website speed. So I'll work on that based on these insights. I can also see performance structure, like first content, contentful paint or speed index. Here I can see it's much longer than recommended, and everything is based on the website speed. So if I improve website speed based on the data that I'm seeing from insights from this tool, I can improve almost every possible aspect from this report. So website speed is key to improve, to have better results on this tool, and website speed will drastically improve your SEO uh, results and SEO efforts you put in the long run, because one of the most important thing Google likes about websites is to open up as quickly as few seconds, 2 seconds. Next SEO tool I want to share is word count tools. It's also really easy to use, and it's free, so it's simple yet powerful online tool that helps to analyze your website text. It checks the length, keyword usage, and readability of your content. It's three essential elements for SEO-friendly writing. So when we do on the SEO content, we choose keywords we want to rank for, we choose questions we want to on which we want to give answers in these SEO articles, and we try to write that text that is user friendly and Google algorithm friendly. And after we write the text, we use this tool to optimize text length, so to ensure our content isn't too short or too long for our target keyword or topic. We check keyword density to avoid keyword stuffing while making sure your target terms appear often enough. And we improve readability. We analyze sentence structure, words frequency, and flow to make content easier to read and scan. It's the good thing is you don't need to sign up. It's fast and free. You just paste your text and get results instantly. Pro tip is to aim to 1 to 2 point percentage keyword density and keep paragraphs short to boost readability and SEO performance. This tip aim for 1 to 2% keyword density. It's related to 1 or 2 primary keywords on which you want to rank your text for. So Google word count tool it's wordcounttools.com. So once I enter the website, from the left page I have a box in which I can add text. So I finished writing the SEO text. When I'm finished, I copy paste it here in this box, and from the right side I can see I have 2,310 words. This is great number for words in SEO. What I will say, like, it's really important to have at least 1,500 or 1,800 words if you want to accomplish something with writing SEO in the Balkan states like Serbia, Bosnia, Croatia. But if you want to accomplish something good writing SEO in the states that are not in Balkans, let's say Europe Union, Germany, United Kingdom, United States, your website, your text, they have to have much more words to even consider ranking for those words. So it's something like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, and uh, it's huge difference because competition is much more higher in bigger countries than in Balkan states. So from the right side, I have I'll just give you, so here we have top keyword density. So my main keyword here was I have pasted pediatrician, so ambulance of pediatric ambulance in as a content. So main keyword I want to rank for is pediatrician. So I can see here like top keyword density pediatrician has 22 mentions, so 1% of the words in this text is pediatrician. If I see that's pediatrician less than 1%, that's a sign for me that I have to rewrite the text and use this word a little bit more to go to at least 1% of usage of that keyword. I can also see, so these are keywords with main keyword with one word. I have option to see keywords with 2 words and with 3 words. So 2 words like prima medica, that's keyword, that's branded keyword, medical pediatrician, or pediatric ambulance. These are all secondary keywords, and these like pediatric ambulance is mentioned 4 times, which is great. So secondary keyword just mentioned 4 times, amazing. And I can see like 3 keywords like exam at pediatrician. It's mentioned 7 times. It's secondary keyword. It wasn't staffed too much, so just 0.3%, but it will make huge difference in ranking for this keyword on Google because I have made this adjustment and because I mentioned this keyword that many times in the text. So it same goes with all other secondary keywords I want to rank for in this text. Next 2 tools are 2 paid tools, SEMrush and Ahrefs. So SEMrush is a premium SEO platform used by professionals to conduct in-depth keyword research, monitor website performance, and analyze competitors. While it's a paid tool, even a basic understanding what it offers can guide smarter SEO strategies. Key benefits are you can do a keyword research and discover high-performing keyword search volumes and difficulty scores, and you got much more in-depth analysis of all mentioned, comparing with when you use tools that are free to use. You have competitive analysis. You can see which keywords your competitors rank for, analyze their traffic sources, and explore backlink profiles. So this is the first tool mentioned where you can explore backlink profiles, and backlink are really uh, almost one of the most important factors on which contributes to SEO rankings, bad or good. So you can rank track, monitor how your site ranks over time for chosen keywords, track progress or drop in visibility, and you can perform detailed audits to uncover technical SEO issues affecting performance. Pro tip is like even if you don't have as SEMrush subscription, you can still offer requests for free trials or use free limited reports for basic research. You can do that once a day. Like I don't use this tool very often, but let's say I use it like 2 times in a month. So if I click, let's say, this domain in Bosnia and I click start now, so here I'm on SEMrush. I forgot to share SEMrush a link. So I open SEMrush account, I add a website I want to analyze, and I click analyze, and then I go continue with Google. And then I'll see, am I going to have a report about this web page? Actually, I cannot have because I was using this tool in the previous days, so I cannot see anything right now because I don't have Pro plan. But I can use another email, or I can use this tool after a while, like after 24 hours. I think I was using these tools yesterday around 3 o'clock. So I guess after 3 o'clock, I will still be able to use this tool and to use 10 requests I can see from this tool. From the left side, you can see all of the different things you can got insights from this tool, but it's really important to know that all of these insights are just like sneak peek on what is really happening about everything that you're analyzing. So you can see like 5% of the informations based on domain, traffic, organic research, keyword gap, backlinks gap, and everything. And to be able to see more, you have to pay. It's like you can see here, it's pro plan is $135 per month. It's ideal for SEO agency that are based just doing SEO work and that have a lot of SEO clients. But for someone who is just small or middle-sized business that doesn't have anything else but his website and his blog, this tool is just too expensive to use, but you can still use it for free from time to time and get some of the informations you cannot get from the tools that are free. And for the last tools, I have Ahrefs. So Ahrefs is premium SEO tool, widely known for its robust backlink analysis. So second tool that is mentioned that have backlink analysis as the core thing you can use here, and it's really good for competitive research features. It helps you understand your website authority, discover keyword gaps, and spy on what's working for your competitors. Key benefits are backlink analysis, so you can see which websites link to yours, the quality of those links, and where you may be missing out. You can get keyword research and find keyword suggestions, search volume, and difficulty scores across multiple countries and languages. So similar to things you can do with the free tools, but yet much more complex and much more insights you can get from this tool comparing with these free tools. You can monitor competitors, you can analyze how your competition ranks, what content brings them traffic, and what links boost their visibility. So amazing tool to spy your competitors and to use those informations in your advantage. You can do site health audit. You can identify technical issues that may harm your rankings. And pro tip is that Ahrefs offers free tool like Ahrefs Webmaster tool, but that's not only a free tool. They offer various of free tools that you can use a little bit, like similar with the SEMrush free tools, and it's great starting point for basic backlink and SEO health analysis without paid subscription. To use this tool, let me see just. Okay, this is Ahrefs dashboard. So I'm logging into my Ahrefs account, and here I can see and I can analyze all of my clients. So when you open Ahrefs account, you can connect your Google Analytics and Google Search Console data with Ahrefs. After you connect those data, you can get a lot of insights on every website you're monitoring, on every website you're working on your SEO. So I'll use the same example. Let's see. Yeah, Prima Medica. And so what kind of information I can get? So here I can see that Prima Medica website have 18 referring domains. It has 53 backlinks. It's their domain ranking is domain rating is 2.7. Their URL rating is 3.8. Keywords they have 275. Traffic is 100 K per day. So here it's these are really good results because this is new website. I'm working with this client for like 6 months, but here you can with paid subscription, and this is like a graph how good is this working. So this was when they weren't working on SEO, and we started working on SEO on March. Actually, we didn't. We started working on here on September 2024. So from September to 2024, we started working on SEO, and you can see how much increase in organic traffic we made. And we made like from 0 referring domains, or for 3, we got like like 18 referring domains, and etc. etc. So this tool, I can do the analyzation for a long time. It will take me like 30 minutes to analyze everything, but I will just for the end of the analyzation of this tool, I will just say that amazing thing about Ahrefs and SEMrush is that you can have a deep, in-depth analysis of how your competitors are performing based on the keywords they're ranking for, backlinks they're having, and referring domains they're having. And you can use that data to get ideas on what you can do to improve your website and to analyze how did they got those backlinks and the referring domains, and to use some similar strategies to your SEO strategy and to gain results you're aiming for. So that's it for these representation of different tools. So I hope you enjoyed this webinar, and if you have any questions regarding this webinar, I would really like to answer on your questions.
Okay, thank you very much. Very interesting and very technical presentation. Thank you for giving us the technical insight in how those tools work and what can be the outputs from it. As we need to present two more presentation, I would go straight forward to the next one. If somebody would like to have some questions or get in touch with you, so I can see that there's your email and your contacts here.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Thank you once more. And for the next presentation, I would like to welcome Mr. Miroš Todorovic. Mr. Todorovic will talk now a little bit more about CRM, about customer relationship management, and how we can implement it in our business.
Okay, thank you, Marek, and hello again. Do you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Hello to everyone. I will talk about CRM, but I would like to ask you to participate because it's a fourth presentation. I think that I will try to make it more interactive, and I will speak about you in regard to CRM or customer relationship management. So I will be free to ask you to comment something and to actually to talk about this topic. And my main goal here is to encourage you all to try to use some CRM if you already don't use it, and we'll see how it will go. I will also, Marek, try to share, but I don't know if I can share if this Alexei presentation is still here, or I cannot.
You can take over, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Just click the share button.
Okay. Yeah.
We can see it.
Okay.
Perfect.
Do you see my presentation?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So we are talking about customer relationship management, right? And instead of talk about all these things in the beginning, I would like to ask people, if somebody is here, I would like you to comment a little bit in order for me to see some basic things about you in regard to CRM. If somebody cannot speak, it's also okay. So Marek, you are here, and you have two Mareks in the group, Marek Bureš and Marek Kolarczyk. So I will ask you, Marek Bureš, to comment. Who are your customers?
Basically, we have let's say two groups: private sector and public sector. And in the public sector, we work a lot with the municipalities and with schools.
Okay.
And
private
private
companies. Yeah.
Yes, private companies. And also we can maybe divide it into like SMEs and mid caps and bigger companies, and also private entrepreneurs or starting entrepreneurs.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay. I would like to ask Raluca, are you here with us? If you are, please comment who are your customers in order for me to know who you work with. No? Okay. Do we have Ivan here?
I'm here, yep.
Yeah, Ivan, who are your customers?
Our customers are mostly like small companies, SMEs. So we try to help them out, some solutions, some ideas, some grants and stuff like that. So mostly.
Okay, thank you. Anton, are you with us? Okay, I will skip Anton for now. I will ask one more person. Jan, are you with us, Jan? Maybe
Yes,
not.
I am. Yes,
Yeah,
I am.
okay, Jan. Who are your customers?
Yeah, well, it would be mainly students at university as clients, and of course some cooperating businesses and organizations.
Okay. Thank you all. From all these comments, you can see we have one common, let's say, category. Colleague Olivera talked about market segmentation, and this topic is in a way similar to what I'm talking about or what we're talking about. And we have SMEs or companies as one type of customer. You can see that I put customer in quotes. So customer means different things for different people. But okay, we have SMEs. Somebody has let's say private sector, municipalities, like Mark said. Some will say as educational institution that students are their customers. Nevertheless, we all have some kind of customers, right? So when we say customer relationship management, we are talking about interaction with the potential and current customers, because we have some customers that we don't work with now, that are potential, and we have some customers that we are work small or bigger amount of time. And when we are talking about CRM, I will use this short version, customer relationship management. We are talking about customers, potential current. We are talking about relations with those customers. And third thing, we are trying to manage relations with those customers from one place. That's all about CRM. Customers, relations with them, and management from one place. If we do that, we have something we call CRM. Of course, we all know that when we talk about CRM, we think about some software, right? And the software is a tool to do this. But we all have customers, we all have or want to have some relations with them, and we manage these relations in some way. Why is CRM important to all of you or to me? Or maybe it's not important? Well, there are a lot of reasons. I will mention four. First reason is that we want, most of us want to have customer data in one place. So if I would ask some of you, for example, Yvette, are you with us? Maybe. No? Okay. Colleague Stefan, are you with us?
Yes.
Okay, Stefan. Do you, your organization is what?
It's the Federal Funding Bank of Austria.
Oh, okay. You have. I presume that you have customer data in one place.
We do have a lot of customers, yes.
Okay, and you have software for that, right?
I mean, we have teams and we call them from there, or we write emails with them. Or you mean where we manage all the data? We have a big database also, of course.
Okay. Yeah. If you are a bank, you have serious database. If you are some
Yes.
other type of organization, Stefan, I chose the wrong person. And that was
No
the
worries.
joke. Okay, that's the excellent example. If you are a bank, you will have customer data in one place, and you will manage those data from one place. Okay, that's a good example. But most organizations here would say, okay, we have some data in software, in some kind of software. We have some data in Excel sheets. We have some data in paper, maybe. We have some data in Google somewhere on some web page or something like that. And the goal is what Stefan said, that we have all customer data in one place. The second thing is when we have customer data in one place, then we can market, do some marketing activities better. Because if you have one good database, then you will send, for example, massive email campaign, or you will do some other marketing effort. Third thing is when you have CRM, you will have centralized communication. You will communicate with your customers, nevertheless, who they are, from one place. I don't think I don't mean from one physical place. I mean from one place, let's say one software platform. And fourth thing is you will, if you have all of this, you will have actions that are data driven. Because when you see all of these big companies, and colleague Olivera mentioned some, Alexei mentioned some of them, when you see these large companies like Apple, Google, etc., they try to do, and they do this successfully. They take actions based on data. Do we have actions based on data? Okay, we can argue. Some actions yes, some actions no. And if we have CRM in good way, we will have all these things. If we say, okay, what would be if I have good CRM, customer relationship management? What are objectives of this let's say platform or software, or is the more concept? Software is just tool. First thing is I want, as I mentioned earlier, to establish or improve customer relationship. If I don't have relations with some customer that I'm interested in, I would try to establish connection or relation with that customer with quotes, right? And second objective, if I have a customer, I will try to continually enhance his, her, or its satisfaction. We want our customers to be more and more satisfied with our service or products. And third objective is, of course, I know if we are Chamber of Commerce, we are not, okay, if we are Chamber of Commerce, maybe we are interested in boost sales and revenue. But if we are university, then we will say university is not a profit organization. We don't like to boost sales and revenue. But all of us have some kind of revenue. So one of the main targets, if we do CRM in a good way, is to boost sales, whatever sales means and revenue means. Second segment I would like to talk about are key elements. Customer data I already mentioned, interaction with two types of customers, and third one is analytics. I will not talk a lot of analytics, don't worry. I'm sorry. When we are speaking about customer data, as Stefan said, we have centralized database, and we storing. I presume that Stefan's bank storing all customers' info in that centralized database. But for example, if I would ask somebody of you, Cosmina, are you with us? Yes? No? Okay. Adrian? Okay. But next one, Simona, are you with us? Okay. Sylvia? Maybe. Okay. I'll try second one. And customer data need to be completed. This is one of the things that most of our organizations fail. We have some data and we miss some. And for example, if your organization, let's say that we are talking about development agency or chamber of commerce or some other organization in our group, you would like to organize some educational event or conference, and you would like to invite all your, let's say, customers or users that you are interested in, or stakeholders, whatever. In let's say many cases, we try to reach these people, and then we notice, oh, I don't have complete data. I don't have some info about my contacts, about people I would like to invite in this event. And then you try to find this data from different places in your organization. And if you don't have all data, then you contact other organization and ask for data in order to call all these people. So if we are talking about customer data, it's important that we have all this information in one place, like Stefan, and that we have completed data. All information we need about our customers. Of course, it's different from organization to organization. Second key element when we are talking about CRM is customer interaction. And we have two types of customers. One is external customer. When we are talking about customers, we mainly think about external one. For example, these are customers you mentioned, like SMEs, students, municipalities, etc. But we also have internal customer, and we have interaction with them. Those are our colleagues from different departments in our organization. Of course, if we have different departments, or these are individuals in our organization that we contact with, and maybe we duplicate some information. If we don't have all these information in one place, then our interaction might be some kind of duplication. What is that? That's a waste of time. So it's important to interact with external as well as with internal customers, and CRM helps in that. And third element is analytics. I will mention it very quickly. Customer segmentations. Colleague Olivera were speaking about this. We need to segment customers in some way. Second one is sales forecasting. Sales is also with quotes. How well we will predict what our sales will be, and also performance tracking. For example, in all your organizations, you have some kind of performance, and if you want to track performance of people, you can do it through CRM. And third one is campaign analysis. if you want to do some campaign, some educational campaign, some promotional campaign, never, it doesn't mind what kind, you can measure through CRM how well you did it. Third topic I would like to mention is what role CRM has in business. And we have two topics here: how to enhance customer experience and how to optimize sales process. So I will mention both of them. Okay, I would like to try to reach some of you again. Do we have our colleague Barbara here? Barbara, if you are here, I would like you to comment something. Okay. Adrian, are you here? Maybe not. Okay. Okay, second, Marek Kolarczyk. Marek, are you with us? Okay, I see Ivan. Ivan, I will ask you. Are you here, Ivan? Do you hear me?
Yes, I'm listening.
Yeah, okay. You work in Preda, right, in the development agency?
Yes.
Okay. Your main customers are who?
Well, I mean, we work like with SMEs, but we also work like with schools and city of Preda and everything. But on this project, we are focusing like on SMEs mostly. So
okay.
And so yeah.
Okay, let's take SMEs.
Yeah.
Let's see Preda from one side and SMEs from the other side. What for you mean enhanced customer experience, improved customer experience? They have some experience with you. You work, I know you because we know each other very well as organizations. So I know that you work 20 years with SMEs. If you would say we would like to enhance their experience, what would that mean for you?
Probably I would say like improve communication, like maybe feedbacks that go faster back and forth, maybe. Maybe also like exchange like of data.
Okay.
More like
you have some data, they have some data.
Yeah, so
they would like to exchange some data in some cases. Okay.
And maybe more get into like specific needs or problems that they encounter or see. Or
okay, that's the one.
Like
you said specific needs. That's a personalization. They need, they have some needs that are characteristic for that company, right? And they want Preda to help them to, in some way, solve that problem.
Exactly. Yeah.
But they almost always use the same word. We are specific, right? We are different, and don't try to use some approach from another company to us because we are different. Okay, not always, but very often. It's also about all customers. Olivera was talking about this. Customer wants service that say, I don't know, SME A to B on their forehead. So personalize service for me. That's the last thing you mentioned. They want you to be consistent, right? They want to provide services, let's say, not today excellent service, for 2 months medium service, for 6 months poor one, then for 9 months again excellent one. They need you to be consistent in many ways. And you as a Preda, as a development agency, have some history of communications. You mentioned communication, right? And if you would have that history of communications in one place, that all your people, you have more than 20 employees, right?
15
Okay.
to 20, something like that, yeah.
Yeah. If you have a good CRM, all members of your development agency would have access to the history of communications from every customer, from every SME. And then let's say that would improve communication. That was the first thing that you mentioned. And of course, they want you to be responsive. No, don't answer on my mails for, let's say, for 72 hours after we wrote it. Please respond on email in 24 hours. Respond in our, I don't know, messages in 2 or 3 hours, whatever. We will send you ticket. Okay, you don't have, but some service companies have ticketing system. You as a customer, let's say, fill some short form and you send the ticket, they receive it, and then they solve the problems. Okay, you mentioned some other things. Of course, these three things are not only that are important as for enhanced customer experience. These are just examples. Thank you, Ivan. Okay, when you speak about role of CRM in business, we say that if you have good CRM, it will optimize your sales process. Of course, most of them will say we don't do sales. We are not in business of that kind. But sales process is under quotes, so I will explain. For example, you have a website, and some organization or individual comes in your website. Colleague Alexei explained some technology considering website. And we call them in the business world lead, that individual or organization. What good CRM does? CRM scores that lead based on the behavior. Colleague Oliveira was talking about behavior. And then all this is automatically. A lead is assigned automatically to a sales representative. Of course, in SME that do sales, it's physically sales representative. But for example, in Preda case, it is automatically assigned to a person who work, let's say, with investors, because CRM in the first step recognized who that lead is, and in second step it concludes automatically that it's something about investment, and then this lead is assigned to a person who work with investors. And at the end, good CRM have, let's say, steps that we can track progress of this, let's say, potential investor. Let's say that you are a development agency, as you are, and some, let's say, company from abroad visited your website in Preda, and if you have CRM, CRM will scores this lead and assign this lead to, let's say, colleague Bojan, who works with investors, and then all people that are in charge for investors can track progress with this individual or company that is interested in investment. That's these all are functions of good CRM software. I will very briefly mention 3 types of CRM, just for you to see because there is some confusion about what is CRM, because there are plenty of them and plenty of softwares that are CRM, and they have different functionalities. But I will go for it pretty quickly. First type is we call it operational CRM. And when most people say CRM, they mean operational one. These CRM are about contact management, sales automation, I mentioned it in previous slide, marketing automation, and service automation. Contact, sales, marketing, and service. That's operational one. And when we talk about CRM, we mainly mean operational one. Examples are HubSpot. I will talk at the end about HubSpot, Salesforce, Fresh Sales, and other global companies that are famous in this area. Second type of CRM is a so-called analytical one. Colleague Alexei was talking a lot about analytics. But when you are talking about analytical CRM, it's about customer segmentations, colleague Olivera, right, in the beginning. Analytical CRM do so-called predictive analytics. What will happen based on data we have. And it is about something we call customer lifetime value. What does that mean? For example, if you sell pizza in some retail, some, let's say, individual can come once and buy pizza with piece of pizza is, let's say, €5, and you have a revenue of €5. But if that person comes in your pizza shop every day, then it will spend, let's say, and do it for 20 years. Then we are talking about bigger amount, bigger revenue from that pizza business from that particular customer. And we are talking about customer lifetime value. What revenue some customer will bring you during the lifetime, for example, 20 years. And the big companies like all those we mentioned count this. And they say, okay, if I sell, for example, Ariel wash machine detergent, my average customer will spend, I don't know, between 10 and 20,000 euros per life if they buy these particular products. And CRM, analytical CRM, helps to predict these things. And also, analytical CRM has very good dashboards and reports where you can see everything you want, of course, based on data you put in. And examples are Zoho Analytics, Microsoft Power BI, SAP. You know that SAP is analytical software, and others. And third types of CRM systems are so-called collaborative CRM. What they do? They share customer profiles. They have communication tools like internal messaging and other ones, calendars and something else. They have customer feedback systems. They collect and distribute insights from customers, and they have integration with external platforms. As you can see, famous social platforms are, you can recognize them here as collaborative. They use a lot of collaborative tools. If we go to examples here, it's Slack, Zendesk, Salesforce, Service Cloud, etc. When we're talking about implementing CRM in business, I will mention two things. First is what are key factors for successful implementation? Let's say that nevertheless it's 4 presentations and you sit here and listen us more than 2.5 hours. Let's say maybe some of you is interested to try some CRM. What are key factors that you will successfully implement it, not as the individual, but as an organization, let's say as a Chamber of Commerce, development agency, faculty, nevertheless, what is your organization? First is that you need to have clear objectives. What I want to achieve. If you know what you want to achieve, you will try to pick right CRM. You already saw that there are plenty of them and that there are plenty of different kinds of CRM systems. So if we have clear business objectives or clear objectives, it will help us to choose right one. Second thing is every organization have top management, right? Every of your organization has top management. If you don't have top management support, like in many other things, you will not implement CRM in a good way. Third is user involvement and training. What that means? If you want to use CRM correctly, you need to attract people that will use this, your colleagues in the organization, and you need to educate them how to use this. Data quality and migration is also important, because if you don't have data with, let's say that you have poor data and you want to migrate this data, you will not receive something good in the beginning, but I would also recommend you to try CRM. Nevertheless, if you don't have data of good quality and a lot of information, whatever, nevertheless, I would encourage you to try CRM. But if you have, you will get more results from implementation. And the last one is how you will customize this and integrate in your business, because we already said that every business is unique. All your organizations are different, and you can try to use same CRM system. You will not implement it in the same way. What are some of the common mistakes when you try to do this to implement CRM in our business? First, lack of strategy. We don't know what we want to do. Second one is poor user adoption. If your people in the organization resist, if interface is complex, if they are not trained, it will not work. Third one is if we underestimate data challenges. If we think we will do this very easy, it will not work like that, but it worth our effort. And fourth one, if we ignore change management, is also a mistake. It means that if we didn't communicate benefits to our staff, they will not use it willingly and they will resist. And the second part of my presentation, I will show you HubSpot is one of the, let's say, most famous CRM. HubSpot is not just CRM software, but CRM platform and software is, let's say, one of the largest part of HubSpot. I will first mention what are key features of HubSpot, and then I will show you example how to do acquisition of new customer. It will not take too long. What are key features?
Miloš, I would like to point out that we have still one more presentation to go, so please don't make it too long. Thank you.
Okay. I will go through this very quickly. Okay. What are key features? You have contacted lead management there, sales pipeline management, email tracking automation, live chat and chatbot, and also reporting and analytics. If you want to implement something of this in your organization, I would encourage you to try HubSpot. It has three, let's say, main things in HubSpot according to me. My what I need are contact and lead management and sales pipeline management. And this is you can see here see how HubSpot looks like. It's not complicated, and for many functionalities that most of you will need, it's free for use. So I encourage you to try HubSpot. Okay, Marek, thank you for the feedback. I will stop here. I think that that's all. I hope that that was helpful, and I encourage you to try some CRM. There are a lot of them that have free functionalities, and it will help you to have data in one place, and you will manage this data with your customers in better way than in most cases now. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for the presentation. So as I understood, this HubSpot is again mainly free, and in some case, in some functionalities, you need to pay some fee, to extend the.
For more functionality, I use HubSpot for 2 or 3 years. For main functionalities we need, because I know who is, let's say, in our group, it's free for use. People resist because it in some ways CRM looks like complicated things, but it's not, and it can be very useful. And in some cases people are afraid that my data are somewhere there, but you always can make a copy in different tools and keep this data also in your computer or your server or something like that. And for most functionalities, HubSpot is completely free.
Okay, thank you very much. I think I will try. So for the last presentation, I would like to welcome Mr. Klužos, a professor from the University of West Bohemia, and he will talk about, as natural, about the market research and about some specific approaches, how we can address this topic also.
Okay, hello everybody. It's a pleasure to be here again in this group. Well, I just prepared a little bit about market research, which I didn't see in the other presentations. I'd like to say that I made it with a strong belief that what we teach at universities, also our students are using then in the companies and organizations. So basically, if you look at another company, at a competitor or collaborator, with high possibility they have done some research on customers, so we can kind of inspire ourselves. And sometimes it may be without doing own research to save some money, because what is typical problem in SME sector especially is that you might not have enough money and time to do proper marketing research. So I just looked at some things which I don't think we talked about in this round so far. So maybe something is beneficial. It's nothing really new to you, to most of you, I guess, but it might be worth looking at it. Well, as a university professor, I have to distinguish between market and marketing research. In the end, we usually use those terms interchangeably, but market research goes focusing more or less on the target market, whereas marketing research should be and it's normally a broader term, looking at pricing, looking at products as well, and so on. I will, as the time is tight, I will jump into marketing research process, which again is nothing new. It starts with the defining of the problem or a opportunity, and this, I guess, nowadays is very crucial, because on one of my last slides there is a hint that we can use several different generative AI systems to help us with designing the research, with maybe even designing data collections and so on, with analyzing data. But the main trouble in the beginning is to define the problem, to know what I need to find. The better I define it, the cheaper I can run it, and the better in nowadays maybe even AI can help me with developing the research itself. Again, something which is not new to you, I guess. We divide between primary research and secondary research. In that case, I would love to stress that there is a lot of information, a lot of secondary data all over, and maybe just a good secondary research. And again, AI can help us there because it's really good on secondary research. That's not the only thing, but that's what it does basically. So we can get some hints, some help from actually existing data, or we might use our own data, which we use for different purposes as well. So that's something we should never forget. To tackle a problem, a combination of approaches might be useful very often. Then we can have quantitative, qualitative research. Qualitative goes more in depth. I don't really know the situation. I might interview my customers. I might ask my competitors. But I approach something new. Whereas in quantitative, I very often need to prove my suggestions with large amount of respondents typically. I skip this. There's different types of researchers. If I know what I'm doing, then well, of course, I can choose my methods a little bit better. I use ChatGPT to tell me what he or she thinks challenges in marketing research are. I spoke already about budget constraints. There's definitely nowadays data overload. But the point is, there's a lot of data, but maybe we might be missing those which we think we need. We have really turbulent times, so the consumer behavior might be changing pretty fast on us. So it speaks a little bit against secondary data use. Well, there's a lot of technology helping us that could help us, but we need to be able to use it. Data privacy and ethics, that's a big issue as well. And the markets are really dynamic, and so is the competition. So, well, market research is something that never ends, and you have to do it continuously. But that's has been said today already. Well, if then we follow the requirements on data, it's exactly the same thing. They have to be useful. They have to be in the right format for us at reasonable cost, especially. Again, for SMEs, absolutely crucial. The cost, but also the non-monetary cost as time, as some approaches. This being said, sometimes in today's environment, some intuitive approaches are being used, and actually we can test the stuff on market. So we don't take our time to do analysis and to do some research. We just put the stuff on market, maybe in communication or internet advertising very often with A/B testing. You just develop 2-3 advertisements. You run them already, so you let people know about you, and then with the help of different approaches, you can simply select the best performing one and use it later on. The same thing is very often you just run towards a minimum viable product, so something you can sell, you can gain money, and from the customer feedback, you simply get the information you would normally get from market research, but you get it much faster, and maybe you are already making some money on the market, filling the customer base basically. And yet, in the same time, do kind of a testing. I mean, you have to be self-confident about it, but a lot of companies are simply doing that because they cannot wait for the results of some market research. I just listed some low-budget options that came to my mind. I spoke about secondary research. We are using kind of very often micro surveys. So we purchase a representative survey from a market research agency. In Czech Republic, we pay like 2,000 euros for a few questions we need. We get 1,000 respondents, and that's actually pretty fast. And in some cases, it might provide interesting information. And compared to other methods, it's comparatively cheap. Of course, we can use the current customers. Well, CRM system can serve us and help us with that. We can ask our current customers about stuff. If they like us, if they are tied to us, they might be able and want to answer us. We shouldn't forget, and it has been said kind of today as well, about our website. You can run surveys there. We can gather a whole bunch of analytic data about the users, about the visitors of the website, which gives us nice overview about it. Social media channels anyway. What I'd like to stress actually, where SMEs especially, but also like supporting organization can get a lot of insights, is cooperation with a university, sometimes even high school, with students, with academics. If you have a good problem definition, then maybe the university, the student, with help of the academic, can provide you with some solutions. It might take longer if it's a thesis. On the other hand, the university can have interesting instruments and some other options which might not be really available as cheap on the market, but the university might or the academics might provide it for the purpose of the thesis. So that's something where you can get interesting information if the cooperation works. So that's something I might stress as well. Good. As for the secondary research, once more, internal records, some sales systems analysis. I'm always surprised how companies are not using such information, even if they have them. Some of them, they don't have sales systems. They might not have them, but there's hardly any analysis being done. Very often, to my experience, there is a lot of databases, bit information, so you can purchase access to it or just buy few results out of it. Researching and analyzing competitors is something I think is worth doing. It can actually happen that they become your collaborator as well, and something I will show you a little bit on other slides. Government reports data, pretty sure. There might be some industry association also running research, which might be available for the companies involved in this association, basically for kind of a good money. Well, let's just have here a few overviews. You will get the slides. You can look at it. That's nothing really special. The same in primary research. Very often we use something we call observation or even ethnography. You just observe behavior of your customers. It's qualitative research, but sometimes it helps to gain the first overviews, few questions to the customers, and you might have some base for decision already. There's something which is called ethnography nowadays. You can do nice research, also reading reviews, analyzing social media posts, analyzing blogs, video blogs, so simply gathering information online. I mean, it might be time consuming if you spend too much time with it, but if you just do a fast study through reviews of you or your competitor or somebody who does about the same thing, you might get interesting inputs about how customers think, and even how maybe other firms react to it, to the reviews. So that's very often helpful as well. What I wanted to one method I wanted to stress a little bit is benchmarking, something you might know. very well, because sometimes our competitors or maybe organization of the same kind might run inspirable approaches. They might have already discussed the problem we have as well. So why not to learn from the others? Why not to learn from the best ones? There's no reason why we should discover the things again if somebody did the work already. So benchmarking as a tool for competitive analysis is quite a good thing. And because sometimes our competition might not be a competition at all. It might turn into somebody which we cooperate with, collaborate with. Even Pepsi and Coca-Cola collaborate when they want to enter new markets. Toyota and Peugeot are producing the cars together and then share the customers on the market. If you have a small agency, you might just go together with some other ones to get a bigger business done somewhere. So that's very often there. So I just like the term competition. So you just cooperate, and at some point you are also competitors. That's for sure. That drives us actually. But yeah, let inspire yourself. I mean, there's a lot of startups in our countries which simply imitated some other approaches from abroad, and they are pretty successful nowadays. So that's why I think benchmarking can help us with new developments, with even innovating our products, our approaches. And I just need to continuously look around what the best in the field are doing. And if they are really the best ones, they might actually want to share their approach with you as well, because they know that the more the market developed is, the more real competitors I have, the more successful I might be by myself as well. That is something I just overtook from presentation. Benchmarking actually can accelerate innovation and change, because I see that somebody else had success with that. A lot of companies are doing it. You can observe e-shops like imitating, inspiring each other in some approaches, in CRM as well, and other stuff. So it's running, but I just felt I need to stress it as well. There is something why I should do benchmarking. It helps me with performance improvement, that's for sure. But I, of course, can basically better meet customer expectations. I can innovate my methods and so on. Well, I can compare my procedures. I can compare myself with competitors. Maybe even because I want to gain better employees, or at least hold my own employees, which might look around as well at a competition. Good. What I think are benefits of benchmarking is cost savings. I get to learn competitive strategies. I might improve my product, my procedures. And well, I'm not really reinventing the wheel, because somebody might be simply better than I am. Good. The process I just skip. We can visualize the results of it. I have one more thing. Very often we use in service sector, especially mystery approaches. You just either train somebody to be a mystery shopper or mystery customer, or you just do it by yourself, being making you are a customer, and you just look inside to how another ones provide the service, and I can learn from them again. So it's basically a way how to benchmark my competition as well. Normally, mystery shopping is used for improve my own services, the service of my company. But I mean, it looks as well to understand how competitors run their business. There's all kinds of mystery flying, delivery, calling. That's where you apply. You just find yourself a new approach, new name. That's all of it. I already spoke about use of AI in marketing research. If you work with it correctly, it's really might be helpful with making your market research faster. And there is one example of what we have done, not really for the city of Vienna, but we just did a comparative analysis of websites of big cities using eye tracking, which is normally on the market pretty expensive. We have it at the university, and we provide it to our students when they do their thesis and bachelor thesis. So if somebody, a company would have a topic, we would simply let students do it and work with it because we want to learn that to them. And even if it takes a little bit longer, the company they work for, they get simply nice inputs almost for free, basically. In that cases of thesis. So I still was longer than I thought, but it was like really fast flight over few methods. I just thought might be interesting for you and for some of your approaches. And I mean, in general, you are running a project where you learn from each other. That's why you do it. So basically, you try to gain the best from the others and learn from each other. So you're not doing anything else. But it might be helpful to simply see it once again. And once you are consoling the SMEs, that might be some interesting things. Okay, thanks for your attention.
Okay, thank you for the presentation. Thank all of the speakers from today. If somebody have a question for Mr. Tluchos, I think he can also reply. Okay, so anyway, thank you once more for attending. I would like to point out maybe that in 2 weeks, on 13th of May, we have our next training, which will be focused on infrastructure and collaboration opportunities. So we will speak more about infrastructural things and how to utilize different facility in order to improve the business and again have some heads up on the market. But this will be in 2 weeks time. So for now, for today, thank you for your attention. And I think all of you deserve a nice lunch. So goodbye and see you next time.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.